All right, countdown.
2.
Hello and welcome to the Heretics podcast. I am going to explain to you our passage of the Good Shepherd from John.
Probably should have had it ready.
No other. Where is it? There it is. Amen, I say to you, whoever does not enter a sheepfold through the gate, but climbs over elsewhere, is a thief and a robber. But whoever enters through the gate is the shepherd of the sheep. The gatekeeper opens it for him and hears the sheep, and the sheep hear his voice, as he calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. When he has driven out all his own, he walks ahead of them, and the sheep follow. But because they recognize his voice, but they will not follow a stranger, they will run away from him, because they do not recognize the voice of strangers. Although Jesus said this figure of speech, they did not realize what he was trying to tell them. So Jesus said again, Amen, I say to you, I am the gate for the sheep. All who come before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the gate. Whoever enters through me will be saved, and will come in and go and find pasture. A thief comes only to steal and slaughter and destroy. I come so that they might have life and have it more abundantly. I am the good shepherd. A good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. A hired man who is not a shepherd, and whose sheep are not his own, sees a wolf coming and leaves the sheep and runs away. The wolf catches and scatters them. This is because he works for pay and has no concern for the sheep. I am the good shepherd, and I know mine, and mine know me. Just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father, I will lay down my life for the sheep. I have other sheep that do not belong to this fold. These I must lead, and they will hear my voice, and they will be one flock, one shepherd. This is why the Father loves me, because I lay down my life in order to take it up again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down on my own. I have power to lay it down, power to take it up again. This is the command I have received from my Father. Again, there is a division among the Jews because of these words. Many of them said, He is possessed and out of his mind. Why listen to him? Others said, These are not words of one possessed. Surely a demon cannot open the eyes of the blind.
Okay, Carson, what does that mean? Give us the details.
So in my mind, it's like he's saying that all who've come before him and tried to lead the Jews and Israelite people to a better place were like wrong and were leading them away and not able to be truly with God. They were just outside looking in, thinking what they saw was correct and what they were doing was what they should. But Jesus was saying that he was the one who, if you prayed and went through him, he will be able to lead you to God and help you get to heaven and all that other stuff.
Like you say wrong, like and turn away. Like example, I think would be like one of the kingdoms of Israel when it split, how they were worshiping false gods. Would you say that would be a good example of those past leaders who did wrong?
Yeah, I would. It's so they could so they thought they split off, and then they thought that the original God was wrong, that God was wrong and wasn't real.
And they made like new gods, like Baal and the golden calf. I don't think the golden calf happened then, but an example.
False idols. False idols, yeah. And he's teaching that going through him will bring you to what you need. It'll be the going to him will be the final
end all to
fulfillment you need.
Yeah, it'll be the fulfillment. and you'll be able to just you'll just feel better, and he'll care for you. You'll be cared for instead of those false idols who are pretty much the hired man who doesn't care about the sheep. The devil's like the wolves picking off the sheep one by one, and the false man's just letting it because he doesn't care.
Yeah, unlike God, who does care about us,
Yeah.
and Jesus.
And it shows a lot because this passage is still somewhat, like, it can still be somewhat applied in our lives, albeit you can maybe change some of the roles. Like, instead of a shepherd, it would be a teacher or a priest. It'll be somebody, well, maybe not a priest, but like a teacher who the students see and they recognize, instead of a sub who they are not sure if they actually trust, and the teacher will teach them the good things while the sub may be there just to corrupt them and take them.
Like when a sub is really bad compared to a teacher.
Yeah, definitely. And then it'll be like his message is pretty much just that going through God will definitely help you. Going through Jesus, as he's the gate to the pastures of life and heaven and wonderfulness. So Jesus will be able to bring you to the green area where you can live life to the fullest.
Yeah. Okay. On our next little segment, we'll have Carter hopefully explain to us why this is relevant to us as teens in the modern day.
So Carson kind of said it, but how the teens are like sheep and are running from thieves and robbers, and they're not doing that even though they should be. In our lives, these thieves and robbers don't necessarily have to be people, but can be things like technology, addictions, things like that just lead you away from God.
Yeah. Go on.
So it's just like using God and not these other things and putting him before them.
Yeah, like instead of maybe on Sunday going out with your buddies, shopping, maybe go on a bike ride, you could go to Mass instead and be with God in the church, right? Is that kind of what you're pointing at?
Yeah, and not necessarily saying like going out with your friends and biking are a bad thing, but you just can't put them before God.
Yeah.
You have to put God in front of them.
Believe.
So, like, you're saying always pray or have time with God first, and then go have the fun you want if it's safe.
Yeah, as long as that fun you're doing is still good, not going to harm you.
Yeah.
So, if the teens were to, like, they're following all these celebrities now, which would be like the false idols.
Yeah.
So, would that mean they're expecting, like, a welcome and hoping to be hoping to be loved by those celebrities, when in reality a lot of those celebrities are like,
they don't really care.
Yeah, they're just in it for the money.
The teens are kind of trying to base a lot of them around these celebrities, and in reality the celebrities may not be who they seem like, and they're basing themselves off a false person, which can lead down a dark path.
Like when a celebrity makes up a persona instead of actually being themselves.
Yeah.
And they lead teens to follow them, like I guess some teens would follow Taylor Swift as if it were a religion.
Yeah. There's definitely some teens.
That's kind of why you have to be careful on social media, because you don't want to actually become someone who you're not through it.
Yeah. You don't want to make that mask that isn't real.
That reminds me, this is a little unrelated. This is a little unrelated, but I saw the other day a news story about how during the Eras tour Taylor went to Asia and stuff, and she only went to one country because she was paid off a big chunk of money to only go to Singapore or something, and a lot of her fans got mad because she wasn't visiting all these countries and saying she was just in it for the money. So
Yeah, and it's like an example of only doing things for money instead of out of the kindness of your heart, right?
I mean,
Which
it
is what
their job doing these things.
Yeah.
This is how they are earning money,
But you can kind of understand where he's getting at with this. All right, is that it for us? Jaden, you got a point to make?
You got any questions?
Yeah.
To ask
How would you say that God gets in like when you are hanging out with like friends, or when teens in general are with their friends, you know, everybody's not doing the best. How would you say God gets in the way with that?
Well, like, are you asking how you can get God into it? Or?
Yeah, and incorporate it into hanging out with your friends.
Well, I don't think you would necessarily have to pray. You just have to be like understand that the happiness that you're feeling from your friends could be like better if you understood that God had some part in it, or you just understood that God is the reason that you're able to have such good times with your friends and have fun with them.
You could also have like a theological discussion, kind of like what we're having now with your friends, because then, I don't know, I like having discussions, deep discussions with some friends of mine, so it might be a thing you could do. All right, I think that is where we're going to wrap it off. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
This is the Heretics podcast, and goodbye.